Hey, I'm John Cena. Smash the like button if you enjoy 5 matches on a big world wrestling entertainment show over 12-match all elite wrestling show.
All right, so Bash at Berlin. This was a very good show, a very fun show. This felt like a house show, which is a good thing. This show was not meant to be like fucking WrestleMania. This was meant to be a fun show for their fans in Berlin. So the first match was Cody Rhodes versus KO. This was a very good match, very, very solid. And no, I did not expect KO to turn heel. Listen, you gotta make up your fucking mind. You can't have both of Cody Rhodes' friends turn heel on him within the same year. You can't have KO turn heel on Cody Rhodes before Randy Orton, because that's going to lessen the wound when Randy Orton turns on Cody Rhodes, right? It's like, why would you have Daniel Bryan bleed on the same night that you are scheduled to have Big Booty Timeless Toni Storm bleed, right? You can't have 2 people bleed on the same show on a goddamn Dynamite. So that's how you book this. You can't have KO turn heel before Randy Orton. That makes no sense. To me, it's not time for KO to turn heel. But overall, this was a very good match. These guys are very evenly matched. And I did like how KO was trying not to target Cody Rhodes' knee. I like that. That means KO has changed. He is a good guy. I like that. But you do see signs that, maybe he might turn heel down the line. But it's not time. You got to make up your mind. You as a fan, you can't have KO turn heel before Randy Orton. That's going to make the Randy Orton heel turn seem less effective if we see KO turn heel before him. But this was a very good match. Listen, all of you Cody Rhodes dick suckers, listen, every time he does a pay-per-view in every country, every state, he's the most over guy in the goddamn building. As usual, the crowd was singing his theme song every fucking week, every fucking show, but by your logic, you think he's boring. Even though millions and millions and millions of fans keep on cheering him every fucking week, but you say he's boring. Listen, by your logic, you will never be satisfied with anybody being world champion. Let's just be real. Let's just expose all you marks. It don't matter who's world champion. You will be tired of everybody who's world champion. Let's be real. You won't be satisfied with anybody. You got bored with fucking Roman Reigns. So, if not Roman, if not Cody Rhodes, who else? Who else on this roster you think on SmackDown would be a better world champion than Cody Rhodes from an entertainment value perspective? You love saying the word boring without telling me who's a better replacement on SmackDown that will make a better world champion. You can't even name me. You can't even name me one. So please, shut the fuck up. But as world champion, listen, that shit is a thankless job. Because by the fans' logic, the smart marks' logic, you won't be satisfied with anybody. Let's say KO was to win the world title. Maybe in 2 months, you would say he's boring. Let's say Sikoa was to beat Cody Rhodes. You would say, man, he's boring. Let's have Roman be champion once again. Nigga, fuck you, man. I'm starting to tune out a lot of people that say Cody Rhodes is boring. You are just a fucking hater because you can't name me not one nigga on SmackDown that will make a better world champion than Cody motherfucking Rhodes. You just like saying it. Just because you want to act like a smart fan, right? That's the only reason. Nigga, he's not boring. He's the most entertaining champion on this roster. He does not have to wrestle every fucking week. Okay, what about fucking Swerve Scott? Swerve Scott wrestles every week, but you don't care. So, what would be the point if Cody Rhodes was to wrestle every week? As long as we see him cutting promos, telling storylines, that's all that matters. That is Stone Cold Steve Austin one-on-one. He never wrestled every week, but he was on the show every week. And the ratings were through the roof, even though Stone Cold did not wrestle every week. That's all Stone Cold did was cut promos, tell stories, and do tag team matches. He wrestled on pay-per-views, but no, Stone Cold Steve Austin did not wrestle every week, but you were still watching. At the end of the day, you will never be satisfied with anybody being the world champion. You will find some kind of flaw, some kind of hole. It's just as world champion, you have a huge microscope on you, which means everything you do, people want to pick apart. Like I said, you can't name me not one guy on this roster outside of Roman that's better than Cody Rhodes as world champion. If fucking Randy Orton was to beat Cody Rhodes, you will find a way to say, you know what, he's boring. Randy Orton is boring. You will find a way to pick apart his reign. So please, calm the fuck down. You won't be satisfied with anybody as world champion, man. That's how you smarks work. Nobody is good enough by your logic. But this was the right outcome. But I will say this. Triple H, man, you have to give Cody Rhodes more heels, because now he is going back to Sokoa, because you have no more heels on your roster. Bronson Reed should be on SmackDown. Why the fuck is he on Raw fighting for the IC belt? He's not going to beat fucking Braun Breaker, so what's the point? Put him on fucking SmackDown, okay? But let's move on to the women's tag team title match. This was a very good match. I will say this might be the best performance of Jade Cargill on the main roster. This chick is getting better and better and better every motherfucking week. Yes, I did think that Jade and fucking Belair, I knew they were going to win the tag team titles. My biggest takeaway is, man, I'm telling you, fucking Isla Dawn is super thick. That's all I'm saying, man. When it comes to Isla Dawn, she is super thick. Y'all gotta look back at that match. That chick is super motherfucking thick. But, man, the first year on the main roster for Jade Cargill, she is a multi-time champion. That's my point. When you come from All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, Triple H will give you a monster push. He's not going to bury you. So all you dumbasses that are saying, oh, what is Wardlow going to bring to the World Wrestling Federation? Well, what about Jade Cargill, you dumb bitch? What about Jade Cargill? What about Brian Pillman Jr.? What about them? What about Ethan motherfucking Page? That is a sample. I guarantee you this. When Wardlow comes to the World Wrestling Federation, I guarantee this. He's going to be a main eventer. I wish All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling would take this idea. This was a very good show. Why? There was only 5 matches, but every match had a story. That's the point. Triple H don't book matches just to book fake pro wrestling matches. There has to be a storyline in terms of where was Braun Breaker? Where was L.A. Cosplay? He's not going to force you on a show if you don't have a story behind your character right now as we speak. So his mindset is quality over quantity. He don't have fucking 10, 12 matches that nobody cares about just to get niggas on the card. That's not Triple H. You gotta earn your way on this card. I don't care if I book 5 matches. People are going to care about those matches. Why? They have storylines in them. For example, let's move on to CM Punk and Drew Mac, the motherfucking Mac Daddy. This was a great match. This was better than the last match. Why? Because CM Punk got better. He was not rusty. This was a very, very good match with tons of story. Now, I saw a dumbass video of fucking Vince Russo. This dude is crying and complaining about fucking CM Punk and Drew Mac fighting over this bracelet. I'm like, bruh, what are you talking about? Somebody please tell Vince Russo that this bracelet, this storyline is way better than everything you wrote in WCW. You have no room to talk about these 2 grown men fighting over a bracelet. It's not about the bracelet. It's about the principle of it. This is a sentimental value of an item. Nigga, I got shit at my house that I will fight over that don't cost much, but it's the value and the principle of the item that means the world to me. This feud and this bracelet is about emotion. Don't take what's mine that means the world to me. That's what this is about. It's called emotion. That's why the audience was popping for this match. That's how you write. First off, this bracelet is more over than everybody in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Tell me I'm lying. This bracelet is more over than Swerve Scott's world title run. That's facts, no lies being told. Please, shut the fuck up. Don't throw stones from your fragile glass house, man. You got tons of fucking skeletons in your closet based on your bad booking in WCW. Please, calm the fuck down, man. Calm down your ego. You got a bad rap based on your storylines that you wrote in your past. This is a great motherfucking storyline, man. That's all I'm saying. CM Punk, he looked great in this match. This was old school vibes where I care more about the story than the match quality. That's called old school wrestling, where your emotions get synced into it without, wrestling being told. It's about the story and the value of the story. This was a very good match. Man, CM Punk, he had the crowd in the palm of his hands. This was an emotion-driven match. And I think this was the right outcome. Even though he stole Drew Mac's bracelet, listen, CM Punk is a goddamn thief. Listen, Drew Mac, he earned that bracelet. He's a fucking thief, man. Man, look, CM Punk is a damn thief. How dare you steal Drew Mac's motherfucking bracelet? He earned that. So, listen, these guys will run it back, and Drew Mac will get his bracelet back at Hell in a Cell. I can't wait for Drew Mac to get his motherfucking revenge, because that was uncalled for. Man, how dare you steal Drew Mac's item that he fucking earned? I will say this, Wade Barrett is the most underrated commentator in all of fake pro wrestling. This guy has added so much fuel to the fire in this feud. It feels like he hates CM Punk more than me, and that's facts. Wade Barrett does not like CM Punk. He has added so much fuel to the fire in this feud, and I love it. Obviously, he's on team Drew Mac, and I like it. I can't wait for Bad Blood at Hell in a Cell, because Drew Mac will close the chapter on CM Punk forever, and he will get his revenge, and he will get back his bracelet that he earned, that CM Punk stole. Now, let's move on to Rhea Ripley and Dane Priest versus sexy ass Liv Morgan and dirty ass Dominic Guerrero. This was a testament to what I've been saying this whole entire video. Every match has a story that you can be invested in. That's my point. In hindsight, I think that Ricochet, he knew he did not fit the World Wrestling Federation, because Ricochet cannot tell a storyline. Now, hold on. So you mean to tell me that sexy ass Samantha Irvin was way out in Berlin by herself without Ricochet? Listen, all I'm saying is, what's stopping CM Punk from smashing Samantha Irvin way out in Berlin? Bro, you are not supposed to allow a super thick chick like Samantha Irvin by herself in a different country. Are you crazy? That's my point. You gotta cuff that chick. Wherever she goes, you gotta go, man. Now, do you see my goddamn point? Have you seen the way she looks at CM Punk? Dude, CM Punk can smash anytime he wants. They call him Chick Magnet Phil for a reason. Now, but this was a very good match. Everybody, every fan wants to see dirty ass Dominic get his ass whooped by Rhea and Dane. That is the definition of a great heel. When hell, you want to see Dane beat the shit out of dirty ass Dominic. Hell, you want to see his ex beat the shit out of dirty ass Dominic. You want to see it, and you want to see Rhea Ripley beat up sexy ass Liv Morgan. This was a very good match. This was proof that dirty ass Dominic is the best heel in this business. He had the most heat on this card. Literally. I'm not exaggerating. He had the most heat. Genuine heat. So, you mean to tell me that dirty ass Dominic is hated in Berlin? Way out in Berlin. That means this guy has a reach worldwide. He's hated worldwide. He is the best heel in this business. Why? He has evolved. He has evolved into multiple versions of dirty ass Dominic. It's like, man, why can't Max learn, take advice from dirty ass Dominic on how to evolve your heel character? Remember Hard Times Dominic? Remember when he was trying to put over the fact that he came out of jail? Remember? Do you remember Jail Dominic? Remember that? That's proof. This man has evolved multiple times. He always evolves his character. Whether it's the jail dirty ass Dominic or it's the mustache, Dirty Ass Dominic, or the mullet, Dirty Ass Dominic. Every year, Dirty Ass Dominic, he evolves into a different version of the last heel Dominic. That's what I mean. This was a very good match. I was very, very impressed by Dame, Rhea. This was a very hot match. Now, who will we see at Bad Blood? Will we finally see Dame Priest and Finn Balor? Like I said, these two guys should be fighting for the world title, not Gunther. Just imagine these two guys fighting over a world title. They got more story. It's like, I don't get it. Why would you crown Gunther the world champion? I don't get it. Dame Priest should be the world champion. He has a better story with Finn Balor. Why can't these two guys fight over a world title? But I will say this. This was the right outcome. Rhea and Dame were the right winners. Eventually, sexy ass Liv Morgan and dirty ass Dominic, they will get the revenge. Why? Because this is a story that the crowd has been invested in. To live and die in LA, it's the place to be. Now, what do I think about Gunther that ain't gonna let versus Randy Orton? This was a very good match, but this was too fucking long. I'm like, when was the last time we saw Orton wrestle this long? It feels like every Gunther match has to be damn near half an hour. This was a very motherfucking long match. I'm not used to seeing Orton wrestle for a very, very long time. I'm like, why can't Gunther take that shit to All Elite Wrestling? This was too fucking long. Now, it was a good match. It had some old school vibes, but it was too long. How about 25 minutes? Maybe, but this was damn near half an hour. This was a very, very long match, but it was a very good match. Solid. Man, I'm very, very scared. I don't know how long Gunther will hold this belt. Hopefully, it will not be for fucking 2 years. Now, it felt like on commentary that Cole was hinting at the fact that Gunther might hold this belt for a very, very long time. And I pray to God that's not the case. Give him maybe 5 months, 4 months, 6 months. But no, he should not hold this belt hostage for 2 years. Like I said, my pitch was I would have dirty ass Dominic beat him for the world title, but he will not pin Gunther. This will be a triple threat match. He won't pin Gunther, but he will still win the belt. That's how I will book it. He's the most over heel on Raw. By that logic, whoever is the most over heel or the most over good guy, those two guys should be the world champion. Gunther is not the most over heel on his own show. I'm not lying. But was this the right outcome? I'm gonna say yes and no, because people want Orton to face Cody Rhodes for the world title. So I feel like that's the only reason Gunther beat Orton for the world title, because it's not time yet for Orton to be a heavy contender for a world championship. People want to see Cody Rhodes versus Randy motherfucking Orton. So what do I grade this show? I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, which is a very good grade. And I'm done.